to the Manchester clubs. Oof, something stinks in Manchester, honestly. It stinks because Manchester City, I'll start with Manchester City. After they win against Wolves, I thought they would do really well. I thought they would do like I thought they would be like that vintage City. Because there wasn't a lot of talk about them in the summer, so I was like, Pip's keeping stuff quiet. There's no media on City, so no one knows what to expect. And then the first game, boom, 4 goals against Wolves away. I was like, ooh, they can be a threat here. And then they go up against Spurs. They lose at home against Spurs, and I'm like, what's happening here with City? So I'm like, okay, maybe Rodri's not in the team, and Spurs usually beats them, which is weird. Spurs is like their bogey team. So I was like, I took that in consideration. Trafford made a mistake for Spurs' the second goal, and then yeah, then I watched them against Brighton, and I was like, first off with Rodri and Bernardo Silva in the midfield and Reinders, they played quite they played okay. They played didn't play like spectacular, but they controlled the first half while Brighton looked out of ideas. They didn't know what to do in attack until their coach made about 4 subs, and they brought these 4 attacking players on, and the attack just looked more fluid. They just looked like more as a team going forward. City looked like they were getting pinned back the whole time. This is obviously after Ireland's goal. Then they get the penalty, stupid handball from Nunes. Um, Obviously, the old man James Milner converts the penalty with ease. And then, yeah, Gruder finishes off the game with last minute win. You could see that goal coming because City just got pinned back. They kept losing the ball. I can see Rodri's not up to speed, but you can see he still has it. In that first half, it was like him just free roaming in the middle. No one could get close to him, but you could see as the game went on, he got a bit tired and he lost a bit of control in that midfield. And obviously, Bernardo Silva doesn't have the legs. But what I learned about City is they got a player in Reinders. They got a good player in Reinders, but the attack also looks a bit slim because I think they only had like one attacking player on the bench to bring on. I think that was Doku. They brought on for Mamouche, and yeah, I think there's a bit of an imbalance in that City team. The defense doesn't look the best. The attack looks okay on its day, like it will be good. It will be threatening on the day. Um, I just think Pep needs to sort something out there because it's not looking as fluid as usual. Plays are running into each other. Um, Wingers are not creating the width that we used to seeing with City. But yeah, I honestly don't see them as a threat this season. I think they will make top four. They have enough quality, and Haaland will probably get 20 goals. So yeah, if Haaland gets injured, oof, could be a long season for City. But I do see them making top four. Um, Not easily. I think they will be in the battle, in the thick of the battle. But yeah, we'll see. They will definitely get better as a team. I'm sure Pep will sort something out. But I feel like his time is kind of coming to an end because I see a huge decline in the Man City team and in his tactics. When you do watch Man City, you're just like, not anymore. I'm not scared of you anymore. But yeah, moving on to Tottenham. Tottenham looked good in the first game against Burnley. Um, Under new management, Thomas Frank. They look good. The attack with Kudus, Richarlison, and Brennan Johnson look quite good against Burnley. But then again, it's the first day of the season, so if you're playing, like I said, playing home first game of the season, you have to put on a show for the crowd. It's easy to get hyped up first day of the season. So yeah, but then second day of the season, second game week of the season, they went to City and put in another good defensive performance. You can see the differences between Thomas Frank and Ange Postecoglou. They Thomas Frank, he adapts to the type of game he's in. So against City, he kept the team quite solid, hard to break down, and counter-attacking football. Against Burnley, there was more of an attacking style of play. Um, Ange Postecoglou kept to his guns and he played the same style, which got exposed towards the end. I mean, they still won the Europa League, so I hate to say it, but yeah, I did win that Europa League, but that was probably the worst final ever. You can see the goal that won the game for them. Ugh, that was scrappy. But I do see them doing better under Thomas Frank. I can see them pushing for European places. They are in the Champions League because they won the Europa League only. They finished like what 17th, 16th or 17th. I'm not too sure, but they were somewhere there at the bottom with Manchester United. Um, I just think that yeah, they will be a bit better under Thomas Frank. They've got a couple of new bodies in now. I think they just signed Kolo Moani on deadline day on loan. They've got options up front. They've got options. They've got Xavi Simmons also in. They don't got Eze though. Let's just get that in. They don't have Eze. They thought they had him, but nope. One quick call and he's at the Emirates. Easy, easy work. Just shows who's the bigger club in the north, in North London. But yeah, then they game week 3, Spurs lost against Bournemouth at home, and it was same old Spurs back again. Um, like that was performances that I seen of Spurs last season, losing at home to I'd say a mid-table club. At Bournemouth, they are a good, well set up team. Lots of energy in the team. So if you can't play through that press, it's going to be a tough day because that Bournemouth team will press you for at least 75 minutes of the game. So they will keep pressing you. They've got a lot of energy in the front with Semenyo, Tavernier, Evan Nielsen, and they got that David Brooks on the right, which looks like he's coming into form. After yeah, I don't know if everyone knows this, but yeah, he went through. He had cancer, so yeah, he looks like he's back to his best. And yeah, Spurs lost the game through an Evan Nielsen goal. They didn't create much chances. I think the first shot came off the like 60th minute. But yeah, I think Spurs will be challenging for Europe, maybe top four. But it was going to be interesting seeing them balance out the Champions League and the League too, because their midfield for me, I think their midfield is full of hard-working, running players, but they actually coming in. Actually, Xavi Simmons is there, but like I don't see too much creativity happening. He's gonna probably be the chief creator of that team. So yeah, with obviously Madison and Kulusevski out, there's not gonna be a lot of creativity. It looks like that team's gonna be a counter-attacking team. But yeah, let's move on to Manchester United. Where do I even start? Where do I start with Manchester United? Grimsby Town, tier 4 of English football. Be ashamed of yourself. Actually, no. Praise Grimsby for actually showing Manchester United how to play with passion and with fight. And doesn't matter where you come from, what league you play in. If you have a bit of passion for the game, if you just wanted more, you will win the game, and they deserve to win it. United are flattered to get to penalties, honestly, because they should have been 3-0 down, and I think that Grimsby Town got robbed for the third goal. So yeah, but United, they've got one win, one draw, one loss, so it's quite a mixed start to the Premier League season. They celebrated like they won the World Cup against Burnley. I don't know why. You should be beating Burnley at home in any circumstances, but you guys got another lucky penalty, which helped you guys win the game last minute. But yeah, they lost Cunha. I know they lost Hoyland to Napoli. So yeah, it's going to be quite tough. Benjamin Sesko has to step in now, who hasn't had the best start. He can't even get into the team. Firstly, there's a reason why he can't get into the team, and you can see it when he plays. He looks a bit slow. Obviously, Amorim is trying to build a team that's good in transition, and he looks a bit yeah, he just looks like a lanky giant trying to keep up with the pace of the game. But I think if Man United do cross the ball more, I think it will benefit him. But yeah, United looks like they just want to score the perfect goal. They're trying to run into the box, shoot. But I think if Shesko's on, just whip the ball in. Bruno Fernandes can do his special. Loves playing those long balls. So yeah, that's the only thing word of advice I could give. Amorim, if you're gonna use play Shesko in the air, he's quite good in the air, but he's a bit slow with the ball at his feet. Um, so yeah, I'm glad we got Jokeris over him because I don't think his mentality is ruthless. I think he has a decent ceiling, but I don't think he's that player, to be honest, for Arsenal now. I think Jokeris is, and Jokeris will get better. I know you guys are going to be like, oh, Jokeris, da 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 da, but he played against Manchester United away and he played against Liverpool away. Tough away games to go to, especially in your first season with all the expectation and the pressure you under. And also, Arteta not playing very attacking. That's the problem. Arteta needs to sort that out after international break. But yeah, let's move on to Newcastle. Um, Tough start for Newcastle. I know the saga has overshadowed a lot of stuff, and it's gone into the performances. I think they played really well against Liverpool. The game against Aston Villa was just two teams that didn't want to lose, two teams that were just seeing each other out, and yeah, wasn't much in that game. But you could see Newcastle lacked they missed Isak in that game and they missed Isak against Liverpool because the first half an hour against Liverpool, they should have been at least 2-0 up. If they had Isak, he would have been there to finish the chances. But they don't have him, so unfortunate. They've got Johan Wisse now. They got Nick Voldemade from Germany. So we'll see how they bid in. They should kick on from here now. The team sorted. The Isak saga is done. Everyone just move on, and we'll see from here after the international break. I think that they have to kick on. I think they'll definitely beat Wolves. They'll have to beat Wolves and keep a clean sheet because I got Livermore in my fantasy team. So don't let me down, Tino. But yeah, I think yeah, Newcastle will go on a bit of a run. They've got Champions League also now in between, so it's going to be interesting to see how Eddie Howe balances the team out. Um, I think Newcastle will be a contender for Europe. I don't know for top four. I don't know if they. I don't even know if they're better as a team. With all these new signings, they got more depth, but I don't know if they're better as a team. I think they've just increased the depth of the team, but they haven't signed someone that's like, you're like, wow. Because Johan Wissel, we know he's decent in the league, decent striker, but Nick Voldemade, no one really seen much of and heard much of him. So you're not like, wow. It's just like one of them things where, okay, we'll see what he does. Ilanga is okay, average Premier League winger. I still think he's settling into Newcastle. And yeah, what's the guy's name? At the back, Teao, Milan, okay, defender, nothing special. Jacob Ramsey, okay, average Premier League midfielder. So yeah, the signings haven't wowed me. I think they just obviously increase their depth, which is quite smart. But I don't see any marquee signing. I only saw a marquee signing leaving them. So yeah, but Newcastle should kick on. They should be in the European spots. Don't think they'll make top four though. Top five. I don't think they'll make top five. I think the Champions League and all other competitions will keep keep piling up, and yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they balance everything. But yeah, thank you guys. That's the end of the video. Hope you like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment. And yeah, good luck to all the teams of the season. Good luck to everyone below first because you know who's going to be there. Come on, you Gunners.